Let's talk about the mother of Cara Kernodle, one of the four University of Idaho students who was slain at the home in Moscow, Idaho, the home that was near the campus of the University of Idaho. The mother of Cara Kernodle, Cara Kernodle, has been arrested again. This time she's been arrested for trespassing. Cara Kernodle, also known as Cara Northington, is in the Spokane County Jail in Washington State. She was booked on a charge of first degree criminal trespass on Tuesday. Details are unclear of what prompted Kernodle's arrest, but records indicate that it took place in Airway Heights, a city west of Spokane, Washington. Cara Kernodle is no stranger to getting into legal trouble. She was arrested earlier this year for possession of controlled substance, and she also had a warrant out for her arrest. She has been in legal trouble several times. It emerged last week that the lawyer whom represented Cara Kernodle during one of her drug charges was also the same lawyer who is representing Bryan Kohberger, the person being charged with murdering the four University of Idaho students, one which includes Cara Kernodle's daughter. Kootenai County Chief Public Defender Ann Taylor had represented Cara Kernodle up until taking Kohberger's case. Ann Taylor is a public defender. Two other parents of the victims have also been represented by Taylor in prior unrelated cases. So Ann Taylor has represented many of the people involved, uh, and other, not just Cara, but other parents of other victims who have been killed. I believe Ben Mogan, Madison Mogan's father, was represented by Ann Taylor when he was arrested for drug possession as well. Kernodle has said that she feels betrayed by Taylor. She says, quote, "I'm heartbroken because I trusted her. She pretended that she was wanting to help me, and to find that out, that she's representing him, I can't even convey how betrayed I feel." She said this on the News Nation TV show with Ashley Banfield when she was being interviewed by Ashley Banfield. Kernodle also said that she will absolutely fight Taylor's representation of Kohberger and will refuse to sign a waiver that would allow the attorney to continue representing him. So apparently, Cara Kernodle needs to sign a waiver so that Ann Taylor, the public defender, can continue to represent Kohberger. And I'm guessing this is because of a conflict of interest. Cara Kernodle also said that she had signed over power of attorney so that she could get help being placed into rehab. Kernodle was arrested in Idaho's Kootenai County on November 19th, less than a week after the Idaho killings, and she was charged with 2 felony counts of possession of a controlled substance. So let's talk about the News Nation Banfield interview with Cara Kernodle. So Cara makes it seem in this interview that Taylor is her attorney. Now, yes, that is true, but Ann Taylor is not so much her attorney as the one who was um, asked to defend her, because Ann Taylor is a public defender, meaning Cara Kernodle did not pay any money to retain Ann Taylor as her attorney. So for Cara Kernodle to think that Ann Taylor owes her anything as far as any other cases that she takes on is not a very fair thing for Cara Kernodle to assume. Ann Taylor's a public defender and she's going to take cases that she's assigned. And I'm not sure how that works, the minutia of how that works, but Ann Taylor probably takes cases that are beneficial to her, as most attorneys do. And also because Ann Taylor is a county public defender, she's the chief public defender, she is going to get assigned clients by the state. Ann Taylor, along with law enforcement agencies, is barred from speaking about the case because of a gag order issued by the Latah County Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall in early January. The order was later expanded to also prohibit attorneys representing survivors, witnesses, or the family members from talking or writing about the case. So no one involved or related to this case is allowed to talk about this case. So that would explain why we're not getting a whole lot of answers on some of these questions that are still out there. Cara Kernodle is obviously a drug user, a drug addict. It's very tragic and sad that her daughter was murdered. But it appears that Cara Kernodle has been using drugs long before her daughter was murdered. And maybe now that her daughter is murdered, she's fallen into an even deeper and darker depression. What do you think about this story? Leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.